Good afternoon. I hope we're all still in one piece. I've got to be honest, a few of you look pretty raggedy. Don't worry, I'll be gentle. In case you don't know, my name's Giles. I'm from Glasgow in Scotland, if you can already tell. I want my mum to be able to watch this and not get too upset that her baby boy's swearing. So I'm going to try and not swear as much. However, I will still swear. It's going to slip out. I'm really sorry, but we use swear words like punctuation in certain parts of Glasgow. If you're watching this on YouTube, just skip. If you're that sensitive, there's plenty of other brilliant instructors. If that's the barrier for you, I respect that. Don't worry about it. Just to check, is anyone offended if I inadvertently swear?
Yes.
Right, you can fuck off then. Right, bodylock passing. Before I get started, I'm going to try and very quickly, in under 5 minutes, explain what I'm trying to do. Essentially, the two main things you want to have in mind is one, keeping your opponent flat at all times. That is, their hips and their shoulders are pinned against the floor. That's number one. Number two, you want to maintain control and connection to their hips. So just can I give you a clue of what I'm talking about? Nick, can I please join you? Thank you very much. So, there's various situations occur. I'll start with the butterfly. Come a wee bit closer if you can, folks, just so you can sort of see. Just not too far, not too far. I need my space, thank you. So, butterfly, as an example. We'll go over this. I'm staying close. I'm trying to, one, flatten him, because if he's able to get onto his side, start hipping him, he can start inserting butterfly hooks. That's a pain. Number two, if he's able to kick his legs out and I'm no longer connected to the hips, kick the legs out a wee bit, he's made space. There's going to be all sorts of arm bars, triangles, all sorts of submissions coming. So, if you remember nothing else in this class, the two overarching things you must bear in mind is one, keep them flat, that is hips and shoulders absolutely jammed to the mat. And number two, stay close to the hips. Am I making sense or is my accent too broad?
This is good.
What? Aye, okay, good. Someone said aye, we're fine, we're fine. So, before we go any further, does everyone know the hip bump sweep?
No.
Right, so I'm sure you know it. You want to just illustrate a basic hip bump sweep day one? Does that look familiar to you all? Okay, general nod to the head, we'll assume yes. So, this is what I do to defend these sort of sweeps if people start chaining together. Body lock. Let's see my head comes into the armpit. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to maintain pressure on the torso. I don't want him coming all the way up. He comes all the way up and gets sweat. No. No, I don't fucking think so. Sorry, that's one. Head in armpit, and I'm trying to scooch in. You see how I put pressure on the small of the back? Pressure on upper body, flatten. Even if I get caught back in the close guard, it's preferable to getting swept. We will talk about how to pass from here and how to go from there, and how to deal with butterfly hooks and the like. But that's the main thing. Just to kind of talk a little bit more about this pressure, so you all understand what I'm after. If you stand up. If you've ever seen MMA, you've seen some people get a body lock here. It's the same principle. If I'm here like this and trying to clamp in here, he could fight and throw in overhooks and all the rest of it and just make me look daft. Small at the back, however. See how I'm almost getting romantically close? Sorry, that's inappropriate. Do you have permission for me to get this? Do I have permission to get this close? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Consent's important. From here, I can really put pressure on here. Same principle when we're defeating the hip bump sweep. So from here, I need to be here and putting pressure on. Step out, and I can start working. But see, as I step out, I also want to put pressure on here and end up in this half guard position. I will tend to smear my head on, and then it's game on. I've ended up in half guard, that's fine. I don't care. It's better to be stuck in closed guard. In most tournaments, you'll get an advantage, mint. You got points on the board. So come back again, just lift that one bit. You'll notice initially, maybe your grips are a little bit high, maybe it's difficult. This is why I don't take a gable grip, I switch to an S grip. So instead of being here like this, it's quite difficult. My hands hurt quite a lot because I've broken them and I've broken fingers. An S grip is much more, it's less traumatic on your hands. And God knows I've got enough trauma as it is. So here, hand underneath, just lift it a wee second. Just lift your torso a bit. So I want to be as close to his back here as possible. I want to clamp in here. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to stop the hip bump sweep. So from here, all I want is heel like this. You can use your shoulder initially, but I want head on. From here, I want you to put that on. Ask your partner, can you hip bump sweep me? Good. Special note, make sure you don't flare your elbow out too much or that's Kimura time, but I will address that separately. Try and keep your elbow clamped in. I don't really care about how you take the clamp right now, but just make sure you got a clamp, elbows in. That's all I want. Hip bump sweep, don't let it happen. Am I making sense?
Yes.
I don't think I heard you.
Maybe.
Did it make sense?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, because clapping is challenging for us all, especially me, we'll just clap. Should we clap on two or after two? After two, good, all right. Clap after two, 1, 2. Thank Christ. Carry on. So we all get the general idea. I don't want to spend too long because we have limited time. 2 questions I want to answer now. Just people had good questions while I was coming around. Number 1, someone said, what happens if you've got freakishly long arms? Change your grip. So I've got wee toty arms, like wee short arms here, which is great. It means no one can fucking armbar me. Sorry, that's 2. Which means it's quite easy to take a grip. However, if you are longer limbed, you might take a false grip. That is, I come from S grip, gable grip. See the hands open, like a pretty little butterfly. False grip, if you need to do that. One of the other points I want to note is head placement. A few of you aren't quite getting this and you're getting caught in various submission positions. So from here, let's say he comes for the hip bump sweep. So if you're coming here, unfortunately, this could potentially lead to him snatching the head for guillotines. He could come underneath my shoulder, all the rest of it. All sorts of horrible things could happen. I'm trying to keep my head, forehead and top of the head on armpit and then chest here. I want to flatten my partner. Remember the overarching principles. I'm trying to keep my partner flat. If my head's here or my head's on the floor, it's not gonna work. I need to flatten them, right? So, come up again. So here like this, see how my head is glued to that. From here, as I suck in, just like a bodylock takedown, I flatten. And then from there, that's just sorted. So I'm gonna go into the next part, what you're doing with your legs, because I assume all of us have at least one leg.
Quick question.
Yes.
I was finding that when I was putting my arms around to get the grip, it was going all the way past his body. My grip was ending up actually all the way around to the side of him rather than under his back.
Vince?
I don't know if it was because he
Vince?
was
No, Vince, you're doing it from perfectly. You're a genius, mate. That's literally what we're gonna talk about next. See that, give that man a gold star. So I'll talk about foot placement and how we don't get caught in close guard again, and then I'll talk about why Vince is right and where the hand placement should be. So, hip bump sweep. I should know, you're not going to do the hip bump sweep with the guard closed. If you do the hip bump sweep with the guard closed, it's probably not going to work. You notice when Nick does it, as he goes for the hip bump sweep, just stop. His legs are open. This means I have an opportunity to extract this leg. I'll demonstrate, then I'll break it down. So here goes. See my hands. Just walk around a wee bit. See my hands are a nice little base here. I'm on my toes. I am presenting my backside to you all. If you're curious. From here, I drive back in. And as he squirms, he's going to try and run away a wee bit. See how my grip ends up on this side? Exactly what we want, because then I'm able to drive shoulder in, I'm able to stay clamped to the body and stop him from rotating as much. And this is where I want to switch. Instead of using a gable grip, I want to switch an S grip. Palm down or palm up, I don't really mind. I quite like going palm up, but other people show it palm down. S grip, lock in here. This is the crucial detail. I want your grip to be as low as possible, and this forearm clamping against the hip here, and the thigh as well. Because, no clamp, get that leg out. Too easy. Okay, get that leg out. I'm killing this leg. Sorry. You're right. I'm giving you a wee massage there. Sorry, mate. That combined with driving in means he's kind of stuck. Also, I don't want to get immediately commuted, because that would be absolutely mortifying if I was like, oh, look at me, I'm fucking great. And then you fucking humiliating. So, all I want now, once more, close guard, hip bump sweep, head on, face down, ass up. You all know the song. Step, half guard. Someone knows. Head on here, flatten, done. Can we all get to that position, do we think?
Yeah.
Does anyone see it again?
One last time.
One last time, okay, I got you. Close guard, hip bump sweep, up, no sweep for you. Ass up, walk, step, get close, get uncomfortably close. I obviously ask consent first, because again, no jokes, consent is actually important. I want to be nice and close, make sure that I'm killing this hip. If I'm a little bit further away, I really need my forearm to do the work here. And then we can start thinking about coming past the knee and passing. Make sense? All right, folks. Grab your partners, switch between yourselves, clap after 2, 1, 2. So, I had some pretty good questions there. I want to address the two main ones. One person said they didn't feel like they could step over their partner's leg to go into the half guard. That's probably because their leg is too high or you've timed it too late. So, let me explain. I'm here like this, he does a hip bump sweep. Well, the opportunity is going to fly past me, isn't it? I have to, the very moment I go, oh, guard's open, pass. You cannot wait, especially not in competition or in hard rolls, you cannot wait like a few seconds and go, oh yeah, I think no, you just have to go. So, the more I feel like, go. Whoa, 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 whoa. You can't fuck around. Sorry, that's 3. What? Is it 5? Thank you for keeping count, Mark. So, just to signpost it for the more advanced folk, if you're going for this, go again. And perhaps you don't get the opportunity, perhaps the leg's a little bit too high, so as he comes back to his hip, I can maybe start feeding the knee in, and then it becomes a different technique altogether. But you do have the option of switching to having the knee in between the legs, knee slide, knee cut, whatever you want to call it. That's just signpost, we're not drilling that, but just for the more advanced guys who asked. Another point, the question came to me, what happens if your partner has breasts? So, sorry.
We all have them.
Yeah, but like, particularly, you know, if you don't want to make your partner uncomfortable, you can drive the shoulder in. So instead of head here, where it might become quite awkward, so as you come up, it's okay to have head here, shoulder here. Again, see how I'm still driving the side of my head down and flattening here. It might make the angle a little bit more awkward, but it is an option. So I hope that answers all the questions so far. Moving on to the footwork. A few are saying, okay, what do I do with my legs? I'm in half guard now. I will show. So here. Before I forget, just to reiterate, a few of you still aren't getting this. Make sure your grip is on one side. Do not, I repeat, do not have your hands underneath your partner. I want this arm to be really tight around the waist. See, I'm kind of really glued here. Remember what I said? You always want to be as tight to the hips as possible. S-grip in here, it's just fine. The other time I'm going to struggle, please. Windscreen wiper. So this leg here comes in. That's one. Can we all see that? Spread this out, and again, I'm driving forward. I want to be as tight as humanly possible. I keep my elbow in. I don't want to get committed. I can even turn my face. I'm like, I don't have the pressure. Turn and flatten. Then, windscreen wiper. Step out. And this is the end of the guard. This is an X guard. This guard is pushing up daisies. Pass, done. So, once more. Bodylock, take the moment, step, in, flatten. My arm's a little bit high, so as he struggles, I want to kind of shimmy my arm down. I want my forearm to be on the small of his back, the kind of lower back, head high. From here, I go, okay. If they're really pushing on your knee, elbow, wing it out, crawl back up. Just make sure you're aware of Kimuras. Next, as I'm flattening, this makes it a little bit easier, so we get the hook in. Hook in, keep the pressure on, maybe I turn my head. Other hook, other sleeves. Depends on your mobility. If you have no flexibility whatsoever, just go on the leg here, it's fine. Ideally, I'd like you to slope it. So our legs here, this is a position I use all the time. But if you're, no, can't do that, lower down the legs, okay. So, add the grip, lower down. I want you all to finish by grabbing around the head. And just, don't make it complicated, just fucking hug them really tight. Oh, yes. Oh. You don't have to nuzzle in, that's optional, of course. Does anyone need to see this again?
I have a question though.
Yes.
Is it to mistakenly the other knee up? You always finish it like, but I was instantly went like this knee up.
So was that the leg on the same side as the clamping arm?
And the other knee up. Wouldn't be, is it like mistake?
That might not be a good idea. I'll show you why. So, are we talking this leg up?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. That's butterfly hook.
Oh, sorry.
I will show how to deal with that if your partner's very bendy. That's the thing we'll progress to next. But first things first, knees on floor, keep it dead simple. Hug tight. Don't put legs up. Just stay nice and tight. Sorry, don't put it in. Cool. Make sense?
Yeah.
Lovely. Grab your partners, don't kill each other. Clap after 2, 1, 2.
One of those, I wish I could.
If there's no electricity, I can't do anything.
And there are a couple of really good questions. Number one, what happens if you're very, very short and your partner's very, very tall? This is a problem I encounter all the time because I'm fun-sized. Well, to be fair, we're all fun-sized. I'm just very petite. So, you know, I'm 5'5", I'm a short king. That's very true. So what I'm trying to do is remember what I said at the start. The general overriding principles, the main things you keep in your head are you're trying to keep the person flat. If you're like, oh man, their torso's so long, I'm so short, I can't get my... You can still bend the absolute bejesus out the spine. Well, if I'm here like this, I'm like... You know, if I'm not got a neck like a fucking giraffe, just here like this. No, I'll do it. You alright?
Yep.
Grand. and I can just get the same motion here. I do not necessarily have to be in the shoulder. It helps. It's a great lever, but life is not perfect, and neither are we. So, next best thing. I was also asked about the legs. So, I want you all to see what's happening around this side. So, if you cannot see what's happening here, I suggest you move. If you're behind, you might struggle, mate. I'm not see-through.
Sorry.
Who said sorry?
I.
You don't have to say sorry.
Okay.
Thank you. So, remember, a few of you had your grip on these there and go, oh, Giles, my hands are sore. Aye, because you're a div. Pull them through. I've told you 3 times now, pull them through. Come on, listen to me. I'm clamping here. Foot placement. I could be here, could be here. It doesn't really matter. The main thing is, I'm flat, and I want to bring this foot in. I don't stay here for 5 decades. I just get here long enough to go, oh, kick myself in the arse, and my hook's in here. You all with me?
Yes.
Excellent. From here, I keep the pressure, and I'll go, oh, I'm great. And then get swept and look like an absolute fud. No. Keep pressure on, it's like, oh, stay there, stay. I wing this out a wee bit. See how I kind of strip my grip down? He's like, there you go. I just help him with his yoga. I just get him flexible, there you go. I'll have you doing the splits in no time, son. Hook. And this is the last part people got confused about. Just move it a wee bit. See how my hand is clamped tight to his waist, like we're doing an Argentinian tango. I mean, I don't really dance, because I can't dance. But imagine this how it'd be done. I'm clamped here, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to drop, grab somewhere on the shoulder. If I can get a crossface in the process, great. But I'm keeping my right hand here. So that's this hand here, stays. This hand here, stays. You all get the fucking idea.
8.
What?
8 bucks. 8. Yeah.
Oh, right. Fuck. Oh, damn it, that's fine. Right, stop it. My mum's gonna watch this, she's gonna be so disappointed in me. Drop! And then from here, I really want to keep my body close. So just move around a wee bit. See how I've got this arm here. Arm, really tight. I can't even figure out how to speak today. I've not even been drinking. Really tight here. Body close. I also now have a chance to either swing over the mount if I'm greedy, or just put my knee on and come to knee and belly, or I can just drop to side control. And now I've got control of the hips. I don't really care so long as you get past the legs. It's all about getting past the legs. So we'll spend another few minutes on this, because these are details I want you to get. So, I've managed to get the grip. I've been working it underneath as they shimmy back. Clamp. I can kick a little bit. Helps me get the leg in here. If I need to do it this way, I don't really care which way you do the windscreen wiper, so long as you get your left leg out. So you're clamping to the left side, left leg comes out. From here, clamp to the waist, clamp around the head, just turn around, drop, and then you're in. If you can cross face, ideal. If not, just get ready to move fast. You can block the knee, block their hip, with your knee. Come on, I don't really care. The main thing is you pass the legs. We'll spend another few minutes just drilling this to get it perfect, and then we'll move on to dealing with the butterfly hook. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Excellent. Can I have your partner? Club. Club after 2. 1, 2.
They still get arse up in the air and come back down again.
So, I want to deal with the butterfly hook, and I also want to show you something I've stolen from Preet. Then again, you can't really call it stealing, because technically speaking, all coaches are dirty, dirty thieves. We are standing on the shoulders of giants. So, enough words. Come here. So if our partner catches us in the butterfly, half guard butterfly is something quite common, so I've got all my grips, everything's great, but then if the hips manage to escape me a wee bit, he hips out, that is a problem. Can we all see that? Are you sure? Do you have X-ray vision? So from here, this is a problem. If I lift this leg, I'm also getting swept. But if I start reaching back and breaking the slot, then he's going to start extending the hips away and no. So instead, I'm going to sprawl. Dead simple. All I'll do, I sprawl this hip here, and a lot of people, especially those who are flexible, will maintain it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape. So I'm going to scrape my thigh across the floor until my knee comes in. And we're back to the same position. And you see now how he no longer has the he doesn't have the butterfly hook in anymore. My knee's in here. We're back to the same passing position. So once more. I've got this is great. He managed to get a little bit of space. Butterfly hook. Sprawl. The right hip sprawls to the floor. And then I walk. So either the hook's still on. Is it, it's still on. I'm not going to lift my leg. I'm just going to scrape my groin along the floor. Windscreen wiper. Windscreen wiper. There we go. And then we're back into the same pass. A little note about this. A few of you are going, oh Giles, how do I stop my partner from moving? Simple, just sprawling them. I like to put my hips onto their hips, sprawl the weight on, toes on the mat, knees off the floor, and then from there, start moving. I can usually put a wee bit of control on. I've usually got at least a good few seconds here. If I stay here and kind of lounge back, then obviously he's going to bump me off. But if I can drop the hips in, he's kind of fucked. Sorry. So, once more. I'm tight. He managed to scoot back up. Butterfly hook. From here, keep the weight on. Sprawl. Don't lift the leg yet. Just scrape. There we go. And then drop. Hips back in. You're past the legs. Life is beautiful.
Can you feel when you've got to the point that it's safe to...
Alright, well see when your partner's trying to lift you and then it no longer feels like they can lift you, you can't feel their toes anymore. It's a bit of sensitivity is required. You'll know if your partner's foot is like jamming into your thigh, and when it slides off, then you'll notice it as well, I'd hope. Unless you've got a deed leg, at which point I might have to give you something else to work with. Also, a little note on the thing I stole from Pete, so we'll go back to close guard. This is an interesting little thing before we break, because I want to give you time to drill before the next class. We're always told in Jiu-Jitsu, close guard, you're top, don't put your hands on the mats, right? We're all told that, right? They're wrong. It's a lie. It's perpetrated by the cult of Elio. Elio was a liar. No, hands on the mat, I'm definitely getting committed. Come here, me? Yeah. Come here, me? No. Oh. What's this? Where's the Kimura? Oh, it's gone. So that's another little thing for you to play with. Obviously, I want you to deal with the butterfly hook, sprawl on the hook, scrape your hips along the floor, back to the pass. But just an interesting little aside. Go, okay, come out of me. Gonna happen. Come out of me. Not happening. No, really fun. Rip my arm off. I'll buy you dinner. No Kimura for you. All I'm doing is I'm planting a hand and I'm changing the elbow angle. Bringing the elbow in and I'm driving my hands into the mat like I'm slowly, really slowly driving it that way. At that point they think, Kimura's on. No, it's not. It's a lie. It's an illusion. It's a mirage. So, butterfly hook, defend that, and if you want, mess around a wee bit with making your partner think, oh, there's Kimura. No, there's not. Ooh. Don't cripple each other. Swap amongst yourselves. Last technique, clap after 2, 1, 2.
So back to the Camorran shit again.
I don't want to cut into preach time, so we will end it here. I will just quickly note 2 things. Nick, can I borrow you, please? So, first things is when you finish the pass, this is an option. Jiu-jitsu and grapple in general is full of options. I like this grip here, but I've got a little bit of mobility in my shoulder. If you're like, nah, I don't like this grip, don't do it. I'm not telling you what to do, I'm giving you an option. I'm not saying, you must do this, or I'm gonna stab you. I mean, I might, but probably not. Probably. So if you're like, nah, don't, just pull it out. Make sure you've got hip control, you can block the hips, you can come here, I don't really care. If he starts coming to his knees, cradle. That's a good option. I don't care, just stop him from putting you back in guard. That's all that matters. However you do that, all roads lead to Rome. The other question was, you know, what happens if they close the guard too quickly? Fine. I'm a bit older, I've got a few injuries, I can wait. So let's say I've gone for this, he's going to hip bump sweep. I've missed my opportunity, he comes back down. Fine. I can wait. Just my grip, make sure I'm tight here. Start putting a bit of pressure in here, maybe walk to the side. He's going to start thinking, okay, I'm going to have to do something. Do something. Okay. Oh. At some point, he's going to have to open the legs, maybe go for a butt. Oh. 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 Oh, we're right back in. Oh, it's almost like I planned this all along. And that's it. Just 2 wee sort of takeaway points to address those questions. So, I hope that was all semi-useful to you all. I'm going to be open mat today and the rest of the days. If you want to harangue me and harass me with questions, please, I love questions. I hope that wasn't too much swearing for those of you of a sensitive disposition. Remember, if it's too much for you, just, I don't know, mute it. Just watch me flail my arms like an idiot. How many? 11. 11? Oh, that's good for me. Folks, thank you very much for your patience. You've been wonderful. Give yourselves a round of applause. Applause for Nick, our good party.